you, Himanshu.
Thank you, Dr. Ramurthy. Thank you very much. Wonderful talk that we listened to you. I think basic, no high fundas, no trying to show any impressive videos, but absolute funda to a successful surgery and doing a scan biometry and the right formula available online, which is free of charge. Your IOL Master, even the latest one, may not have the updated ones. None of the new machines may have the updated ones, but it's free of charge available online. Fantastic. And managing patient expectation is the worst thing to do. What we have done as cataract surgeons over a period of time is we have undermined ourselves phenomenally. कुछ नहीं होता है, नो पेन, नो इंजेक्शन, नो टाइम, 5 मिनट में हो जाएगा. डोंट वरी, यू कैन गो होम, नो पट्टी, nothing. Whereas the cardiac surgery, patient knows one tube here, one tube there, one tube here, lying down on the ICU bed for 3 months. He's even forgotten that he had a heart. But here by evening, if they don't see their WhatsApp, you are not a good surgeon. And this is what has happened, unfortunately, that yes, we have raised our bar phenomenally, but we have raised the expectations to a very high level. And that has put us in a catch-22 position. Because despite somebody not paying you and wanting a monofocal, as you said, not wanting a premium lens also, they all expect that. And despite, of course, having hypermetropia, myopia, astigmatism, vitreous hemorrhage, bad retina, they all expect post-surgery they'll be seeing as good as the neighbor or better than that. And this is where premium or no premium, there is nothing premium left. Every surgery is premium. So there is no such thing as a problem without a gift for us in its hands. We seek problems because we need those gifts. So it's very important that all those of us who are doing it is because we have progressed to a level where we are ready to take challenges and risk. And nothing was explored in this world without taking risk. Many don't value the importance of premium oil. Don't waste your time. I am a total multifocality guy. I mean, I always say that patient expects to do everything after the surgery, to do everything without glasses. But however, having said that, there are a few patients where you don't talk about premium lens at all. If they don't value the lens and they value their cell phone and iPhone more than that, don't waste your time on them. If they value their Ferrari more than that, I'm surprised. A side mirror of a BMW broken can cost them 300,000 bucks. They're ready to spend that. It's a depreciable asset. But when it comes to the eye surgery, we have to be thoughtful and we have to be sorry to say that ये lens थोड़ा महंगा है. And you have to tell them that no, this patient that yes, this will be costing so much. I'm sorry, this is but this is what it will give. I'm not selling lenses. I'm not in the business of selling lenses at all. What I'm trying to do is to give patient the best possible vision with the best scientific understanding and do the best surgery as possible to help them get rid of their glasses as much as I can. So counseling, as Dr. Ramurthy touched earlier, less pre-op chair time equal to more chair time pre-op, post-op. So if every relative who wants to come and meet me, I call them together. If there is only one person, I do not finalize the surgery. As I said again and again and again, and as you said, premium surgery that I have to look into, I invite best of the best. All of them should sit together, make a conscious decision. Finally, they'll put it on you. Doctor, आप बोलो कौन सा लेंस डालना चाहिए. No way, don't fall into the trap, because then finally they are going to catch you for that. Of course, you suggest positive suggestions. The power of suggestions is there. They will understand that, but the word should come from their mouth. That is very important. So as I said, sell iPhone or your phone, Samsung phone, which has to be thrown away in 1 or 2 years, to them is more important than their IOL, which is cheaper than that. And IOL will last for the rest of your life. And you can buy the Apple company or the Samsung company if you have the capacity to buy with your eyes. But still, people's priorities are wrong, and we have to justify the cost of a lens, which I'm not for. I disassociate myself from the money part to it. So, as I said, depreciable, a Ferrari or a BMW is very important to them, unlike the value. So, if they don't value your surgery, if they don't value you as a surgeon, and if they value the lens more, they do not deserve any mercy. That's it, period. Sorry, my words may be hard, but do it to them that you don't deserve to put this lens. Go back to old rudimentary technology, 30 years back, put a monofocal. How do I care? That's the answer. So counseling, honesty, clarity of answers, no ambiguity, look into their eyes and tell. So counseling. This is the most important part in the whole story. So you want happy patients, results exceeding expectations. So under promise, over deliver. Dr. Bhasin also said the same thing. So you want a happy patient, goal achieved. That is what you want the patient to tell you, and that's what helps you. Even a poor patient will be more than happy to tell you that when they are happy. Under promise, over deliver, undervalue their surgery and its importance. They generally undervalue our surgery and its importance. Challenges are there. What is right, what is wrong? There is a thin line or Lakshman Rekha between the right and the wrong of life. Here it is. You have done all technology. You've done a wonderful surgery for the patient. You've done all smooth sailing. You have enjoyed it. You have been flawless in the whole thing. But the patient is unhappy. You'll realize that despite doing a wonderful job in a brown cataract, excellent results, toric lens, you've got your Varian going, you've done your lens X, you've done every possible thing to see that you're doing the best possible result. But there are some of those cribbers who will never be happy with you. And so do not use, they don't deserve it. So patients with high myopia, very high-end myopia, as Dr. Ramamurthy was saying, or high hypermetropia, wherein you will have problems in calculation. Like I had a plus 56 diopter lens. First, difficult to get it manufactured. Two, to get the exact power for these patients. No way, you could always be off by quite a big target. So that, and how you have to see how the first eye behaves for you to plan the second eye surgery. So you have to be careful when a patient needs a 2 diopter, 3 diopter, or minus diopter lens. You cannot use a multifocal of that kind. You have to tell them. So the outliers are the ones which are a problem. Again, 90% of them fall into any one of these formulae. You can use the Hoffer-Q for the high hypermetropes, or you can use the Haigis L for your post-refractive surgery. But IOL formulae outliers are the ones which are the problem. You will have to find multiple ways in which you can get to near normality. So post-refractive surgery patients, always a problem. Because as Dr. Ramamurthy was saying, anterior cornea, posterior cornea, if there has been a lot of difference between the measurement of the anterior and the posterior cornea, you don't have Schlemm plug imaging, you don't have the thickness of the lens, because of course TrueK, TK by Barrett is a brilliant formula that you can put a toric. Now all these post-refractive surgery patients are used to multifocality. They don't want to wear glasses. And I, in my practice, tell even the best of the best patient who puts a best multifocal lens or a trifocal lens, or whichever that you have, that 90-95% of your waking time, you will end up not using glasses. But I promise you, you will never be 0-0, and you will need glasses. Whether you use it or not is a different story. So that is something which we have to do, and especially post-refractive, the amount of light dispersion, and you have the asphericity, which is what you have to take into consideration. You rather not use a multifocal in such patient. One-eyed patient, of course, extremely difficult. You have to just save the vision, and you have to be very clear about that. And of course, all the retina, wet ARMD, diabetic retinopathy, optic atrophy, you don't want to have any macular problems. You don't want to have ERM, wherein you use a multifocal lens. Angle kappa, that's something which a topography machine that you must be able to measure. If you have a large angle kappa, you are not good. The patient is not going to be happy with the multifocality, because not the first ring, but the second, third ring might be in the line of control. And that is not the best thing that you can do. Another 30-40 seconds, doc. In eyes with small angle kappa, fovea centric. Yeah. Less than 1 minute. I'll be there for that. Is that okay, Dr. Ramamurthy? Yeah, okay. So centric may pass through the central ring of the multifocal IOL. In eyes with large angle kappa, fovea centric ray may hit on the edge of the ring, causing edge glare and deterioration of the quality of vision. Excessive nighttime drivers, yes. With LED lights and the newer lights, it is very difficult. So if you're putting a multifocal lens with the rings, if you're putting the Mini-Well or something which has nothing, or the eye hands, you don't have a problem. But if you're using with rings, multifocality, any of these multifocal lenses, Synergy or Symphony and or your Alcon Panoptic, you may have glares and halos that the patient will complain. Night driving, especially on the highway, can become difficult for them. People into the business of engineers, they have very specific angles, and they are not the best patients. I have had patients who have been on LED business. They have to show lights at dark lights in their offices at night to clients. Well, they are not going to be happy with light glare picking up. And snooker players, if they look from an angle, they are not very happy with it. And of course, you have those depressed cribbers who crib about everything. They'll crib, I went to this doctor, he told me this. I went to that doctor who told me this. I went to so-and-so, this told me this. Well, whenever there are cribbers, they are going to crib after you also. Remember one thing, if somebody comes and complains and badmouths some other doctor to me, I'm very, very, very clear that I will not open my mouth. And I know, because he'll go and badmouth me also outside. So hypocritical, unrealistic expectation, excessive complaint about the, is Dr. Abhay Vasauda there? I can't see him. The moment he comes, let me know. I will wind up my session. Dr. Bhasin, I think, just let me know. Those with excessive complaints about their glasses, contact lens prescriptions, those who complain far outweigh their actual visual problem. मुझे कुछ भी नहीं दिखता है, you realize, Dr. Bhasin, that sometimes patient का मुझे कुछ नहीं दिखता है, and then suddenly you realize, ask them, they can see everything. नहीं सब दिखता है, लेकिन newspaper Economic Times I can't read. So actually what he meant was that I can't read my Economic Times, but I can see everything. But to the family he conveys that I can't see anything, and that's where your problem starts. So you don't have, they are cribbers. Those who are happy wearing glasses. Oh, there are quite a few patients who are very happy wearing glasses, but I'll give you a outlier on that also. Despite them being happy wearing glasses, after surgery they subconsciously don't want to wear glasses because all their friends are not wearing glasses. Those who want guarantees, oh, of course, they are out of question. They walk out. There is no guarantee. Be wary of those OCD people, obsessive compulsive guys. They are so specific. They come with a big history. They have written down every small note of their life everywhere. People on multiple antidepressants and antipsychotic, anti-anxiety medications. You should be careful with using any of these good lenses. Do not take this technology light. Better not to do a job than be shoddy. No perfect IOLs born. As I say in my talk, there was no perfect sunny day. There was no perfect father, mother. There was no perfect brother, sister, or a cousin born. And of course, there was no perfect spouse born. So also there is no perfect lens born. We will have newer and newer technologies to tell us. But human body is very resilient, and most often than not, we get used to what we are into. So patients are still happy. My old Restore patients 15 years back also are quite happy, if they want to remain happy.